Okay, first time we've had a chance to get together to talk about Utah, and excited about finishing up work here today and tomorrow morning, and then going down to Dallas, where it pulled all of our guys as far as any of them, how many of our guys have been, able to be in Texas for an extended period of time, and there's not a whole bunch of them. There's only one or two of these guys that have spent an extended period of time in Texas, other than flying to Fort Worth or Austin or Lubbock to spend the night and play one game. So Dallas is kind of the Big 12 headquarters. It's where it's the hub of the Big 12. It's where we want to be able to stay to play in a championship game there at some point here, hopefully next year. And so being able to go spend a few days there to experience it, I think will be good for our team, and get to play a quality opponent as well. My thoughts on Utah, Coach Whittingham has done a great job there. It kind of started with Urban Meyer the 2 years prior to that. They won a whole bunch of games in the Mountain West. Transitioned from Group of Five to Power Five about the same time we did, I think a year earlier. So, I've been winning 9-10 games pretty much every year. I remember those wars they had with TCU when TCU was in the Mountain West. Those guys were going back and forth and won a lot of championships and won a lot of games. Pretty much top 25, 9-10 wins a year for about 15 years now. Transitioned into the Pac-12, and much like everybody with some transition, kind of had to reevaluate where they are, and went 5-7 there for a couple of years, but figured things out, and right back at winning 9-10 games a year and being in the top 25. Obviously, the thing that stands out more than anything is that Coach Whittingham's in 13 years is 10-1 in bowl games. So whatever they're doing in bowl games is, once this thing's over with, I'm probably going to try to corner them to figure it out. But they have done a great job with their program. Salt Lake City's obviously a thriving market. Their recruiting base is a lot like ours, just on opposite ends of the country. They, recruit up and down the West Coast, and get a lot of kids from all over the place, and recruit junior colleges as well. And there's a lot of, we don't have a lot of crossover with them, obviously, at all, just based on their more California junior colleges, where we're more, East Coast junior colleges. But do a nice job with their talent. They're top 10 and active NFL players. They got a ton of NFL players out there, so that just tells you what kind of talent they got. It's going to be a tough game for us. There's no question. Coach Whittingham's a defensive guy. You can tell they pay attention to what they're doing defensively. They've recruited well, got big, thick kids on the D-line. Old, you look at them, they got seniors across the board. Big and thick, hard to move, great against the run. Multiple with what they do. Got rangy linebackers that cover. Safeties that are downhill players, corners that can cover. Multiply, play a lot of man, try to put as many people in the box as they can to take away the run. So, very solid with where they are defensively. I know Coach Whittingham's also, heavily involved in special teams. I don't know how many times we got to face a Australian punter that is just out of sight, but here's another one. This one might be the best one. I said that with the Texas guy, and deservingly so. He won the Ray Guy this year, but guess who won it last year? The guy we're about to face. So it's unreal. They got a great scheme. They've coached a bunch of Ray Guy, Lou Groza guys, and so it's obviously it's a kicker's market there, but the Wisnowski guy is really good. He averages 45 yards a punt. doesn't outkick his coverage as much as the Texas guy. Texas would boom a 100-yarder, it seemed like, and obviously had great placement, but could really do that. He doesn't do that, and I think it's probably on purpose, because a lot of times when you outkick your coverage, you get an opportunity to get some return yards. They don't have a lot of return yards. They've only had, I think, 6 all year where guys have actually returned the ball on him. So he does a great job of placing the ball all over the field. does a really nice job. They supposedly had a 4-year all Pac-12 kicker leave through graduation, and so they had no idea who their kicker was going to be until this Matt Gay kid showed up on campus in August and walked on and won the Lou Groza. How does that happen? It's unbelievable. And this guy, his approach on the ball is fast, and I think he hit 2 or 3 56-yarders that were pretty much like up where the top of the goalposts are. So I don't know what his range is. It's longer than 56, I can tell you that. And his accuracy is unreal. It's a neat story. It's pretty impressive. So their specialists are really, really, really good. I thought we've faced some really good collective specialists throughout the course of the year, starting with Virginia Tech, and Kansas State's were really good. And, here you go again. These guys are outstanding. Their coverage units are really good. They have great speed. Helps when you have a punter put it where you want to put it, and a kicker kicking it through the end zone a lot. And then the return aspect of it, you can tell they pay a lot of attention to punt return. This Hobbs kid, I believe he's from Louisiana, a little bitty guy, but has 4 or 5 returns that are game-changing returns. Do a really nice job with their punt return. And then their kickoff return will scare you as well. So, got our work cut out for us on special teams. I've said that 3 or 4 times throughout the course of the year. None is more important than this one right here. Offensively, they're multiple with what they do. They're really big up front. I remember watching these guys. They got a new coordinator this year. Haven't changed things tremendously. But watching them last year when we played BYU, they had played Utah the week before. And I studied their offensive tape a lot and remember them being very multiple with what they do. Their O-line is huge. I know they lost some guys in the NFL last year, and then they replaced them with a bunch of huge guys. So evidently they're focused on recruiting the bigger guys up front. Got great skill. The receivers, they got guys that can go. All look really good. 2 running backs that do a nice job. The quarterback situation, I don't know if we're going to be seeing Huntley or not. Obviously, we gotta count on seeing him. Does a nice job in being a dual threat guy. And then their senior, the Williams guy, is a big, good-looking dude as well. So we'll prepare for both of them. And there's a few differences with what they do with when those guys are in there, but going to have to defend a variety of things. So quality opponent. Excited about this opportunity. We'll go down tomorrow and spend a couple of days. Go through another game prep. We've prepped them for about a game week now, and we will hit the reset button and prep for them another week, and then play the game on the 26th. And then after that, our players haven't had a whole lot of time off. Been here since the Oklahoma game, going through finals, ending the season, and then getting right into the game prep. So not going to let them go home like I have in the past. Just can't, based on the timing of the game. But after the game's over, they're going to have about 2 weeks off prior to starting the spring semester. So take some questions.
Dana, last game you were having to face your offense without Will, and you had to do it quickly, sort of figure out what you could do. You have a little bit more time for this, so do you have some different ideas offensively of what Chris can do, what you can do offensively with Doug Ritter?
Oh, yeah. I think the timing with Chris and the receivers is naturally going to be better after 5 weeks. So, we'll let him spin it around a good bit. Run game won't change a whole lot. But yeah, I got some other ideas. Obviously not going to tell you, but got some other ideas and some different things that we can do. Got to be smart with Chugs. We'll have a lot of quarterbacks laying around. Our depth chart. David Israel's gotten a bunch of reps, so he's going to be much more ready to play. And then we'll do some different things to be able to move the ball. I thought we did a good job against Oklahoma in the short time that we had in preparing for that. Thought we did a good job being multiple and doing some different things. And I thought we moved the ball pretty good and ended up scoring some points as well. So I'd probably plan on something similar to that.
How is Will?
He's good. Obviously today is a good recruiting day, but that was the most important recruiting day. Recruited our tail and really, really proud of our staff, and Alex did a great job. He's our NFL liaison. Happy with our administration on supporting us as well to recruit him and get him to come back for his senior year. That was step one, and then some other chips have fallen into play after that. Getting those juniors back is important. I think that'll help us, with a lot of momentum going into 2018. Having a good day today. I can comment on some of it, not all of it. But adding some other pieces of the puzzle. We'll add more guys in February, and then we'll probably add more guys into the summer. So it's not about my one comment on signing day. It's not about a signing day. It's about a signing class, and it's going to take multiple things to happen in order to find out what that final product is, that final roster is come August 1st.
How did you approach it, Dana? I mean, is there a percentage you wanted to get locked in, or was it
No.
to hold some, or?
Yes. If we would have we can sign 26 in this recruiting cycle. You got to remember that Jack Allison and Giovanni Haskins and T.J. Simmons, who for some reason that's not important for them to have what y'all deem as an important signing day. But those guys are a part of this class too. So we got 26 that we can sign, and to me it's not about a day or a class. It's about what your roster looks like August 1st. That's what counts. But we could go to 26, so we would have sent out 26. We can't send out 27 with new NCAA rules and regulation, but we would have sent out 26 today if we had the 26 that we want in order to make August 1st roster look great. That's not the case, so I've seen guys panic and offer guys that they don't know. I've seen it over the course of the last 72 hours of specific programs approaching our guys that have been committed for a year and throw offers out at guys they don't know. To me, that doesn't make any sense, which is why they didn't get them. Building it the way that we've built it is good, and I like where we're at with it.
Any surprises one way or the other today as far as who has not?
No.
Coach, could you comment on your final few days with Wellman from Spring Valley, just what he's meant to you and the program?
Yeah, he's what this program's all about. I mean, I've known Eli for, gosh dang, 7 years now, probably. I think that's as long as I've been here. He's one of the first guys that I recruited. I mean, I think he committed to us when he was a junior, if I'm not mistaken. So, the 5 years that he's been here and the couple years that I knew him prior to that, he's what Mountaineer mentality is all about. He walks it, he lives it, he acts it. He's got his degree and has played a lot of football for us, and is gonna be a fixture in this program forever and ever. So couldn't be prouder of a young man just by doing everything right and being a team captain and playing as many snaps as he plays. His body really honestly shouldn't be able to withstand as many snaps and as many hits as he's given out. So he just does that because he loves every minute of it, you know. And he walked off that practice field yesterday with tears in his eyes, you know, because it was the last time he was ever going to walk off that practice field. That's how much it means to him, and that's how much he means to me.